Minnesota Vikings are in first place in the NFC North. This weekend, they hit prime time. They take on the New Orleans Saints on Sunday Night Football.
If you are inviting friends over to watch the game, or if you're going to be tailgating, we are ready to equip you with some tasty recipes, thanks to the help of TCL sponsor, the Minnesota Beef Council. So we want to welcome Renee Korczak to Twin Cities Live.
Hi, Renee. What's up?
And nachos are like a game day essential.
You can't do football without nachos.
No, and I like how you're doing it in a 9x13 pan. How do we make your version?
You know, I think most people know how to make nachos. The key is making sure you're using lean beef. So this is 93% lean, and just seasoning it. So if you want to kick up your nachos, using chili powder, paprika, garlic, and salt to give it some flavor.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to topping your nachos, I like my friend the jalapeno.
Yes,
Okay, you got to be careful.
Spicy.
Not all jalapenos are created equally.
That's very
different
true.
spices.
Yeah.
They're tricky. So you made like essentially like a taco meat, and then you're just piling it on in the pan. And then what other things do you like to add?
You know, so for this one, I normally use ground beef, but I was kind of craving some beef sausage. So I went beef sausage. This is lean.
Oh, well, that's a different way of going at it. I like that.
And I chose blue corn tortilla chips. As a dietitian, I kind of like that a little bit more than the white chips.
Okay.
And then really, it's kind of a free-for-all, which you can see just adding different toppings.
Can we add some things here?
Absolutely. I'll have you build. Here you go, Steve.
Oh,
I'll
sorry,
feed you
I took
today.
that one. Apologies.
All right, let's
Yes.
dig into this here.
There we go. So you just add all your stuff. Now, and that's the thing, as a dietitian, not everyone is going to say, well, a dietitian probably wouldn't recommend nachos, but what are some of the tricks to keeping it a little bit more on the healthy side?
Everything in moderation. You know, you can see the toppings here are
That's
ultra
right,
fresh,
right?
right? So some chopped up lettuce instead of iceberg. I went for a darker lettuce just because you get more nutrient value out of it.
Yeah.
Some fresh pico, the jalapeno, black beans, which are a plant source of protein, but complement the animal source of protein, I think, really nicely.
Oh, black beans and beef like go so well together.
Right.
It's just like a nice like texture variation.
It
too,
is. It is, and that's totally optional. Not everyone likes adding that to their nachos. You can also do some green chili peppers. You can see I've kind of scattered in there.
And then you're not going like crazy heavy on the cheese.
I'm not, and I think, you know, this is nice because some people are lactose intolerant or they don't, you know, add a lot of dairy to their nachos. So I kind of like to leave it on the side. You could melt this certainly if you wanted to, or not. Just leave it really, really fresh.
Really easy. Fun.
Yeah.
That's good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I, for one, don't trust a dietitian unless they say that, yeah, you can have some nachos every now and then. That's balance. That's all we need. I like that.
Balance, and you have to enjoy food. That's really what I strive for.
That's awesome.
How about this cheeseburger mac that we got here? I mean, I just want to crush right into this because this, you look at it and that's like, well, that's football season right there on a plate.
Totally
Football season, very Minnesotan, and I think this one out of all three probably very family friendly. I could see kids loving this. So what I've done with this recipe is actually use a whole grain like elbow pasta.
Great.
So right there, kind of made an easy swap. Again, the lean ground beef, 93%. So you have your water boiling, put the pasta in, ground beef cooking, add them together, melt the cheese. I just topped with some fresh cilantro actually, since we're kind of doing the Mexican theme.
Fun.
And of course, I'll have you add your pickle, because why not give it a little bite?
So do you put the pickle like what do we eat it with?
Now she said, no, of course I'll have you add your pickle.
Yeah, I
like
know,
we're
like we
always
should
adding
know.
pickles to this.
Do
we chop it up or do we eat it bite and then bite?
Either way. So
I love pickles.
I've done it on the
I
side
love
just like as a pickle spear, or I've diced it up and kind of added it on top of the
Intriguing.
cheeseburger mac.
Wow.
You know, I gotta say, maybe this is a pickle and pasta thing because we have a producer who likes spaghetti and pickles.
Oh, this is good.
Savory, salty, balance it out a little bit.
This is nice, and this is really good. I mean, when you talk about like a tailgate meal, great, but also like a weeknight meal. I mean, just something like easy when everybody's cruising around.
Right, and when I think tailgating, you know, your kids may come with you, they may not, but even as a family when you're home, this is such a great family-friendly dish.
But when you go to someone's house and they're having a party, which we're going to be doing a lot more of as we gear up for the holidays, let's talk about some of like the rules that we want to follow to make sure that we're just all healthy and happy. The 2-hour rule you like.
The 2-hour rule, that's especially important for when you're tailgating outside. So the 2-hour rule basically says that you can keep that cooked or prepared food out for 2 hours. What happens past that time is you enter what's what's called the temperature danger zone. That's between 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's where bacteria can grow. So if someone eats food where bacteria has been multiplying and growing, which it can do very rapidly,
this is kind of basic,
sick.
but you also want to make sure whenever you, like if you're tailgating, you're doing a lot of different things.
Right.
You got to keep the raw meat and the cooked meat separate.
Yes, and that's why I brought separate colored cutting boards today. So just to keep it easy, because why not remind yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're tailgating, you're having a good time, obviously. So keep one for your raw meats, keep the other for your cooked meats. That way there's no confusion.
So we have a couple more safety tips up on the website. You can go to TwinCitiesLive.com and check it out, but we wanted to make sure that we let everybody know too that you got a fun bonus recipe, these sliders.
Yes, so yeah, they're cheesehead sliders, but since we're in Minnesota, they're cheesehead annihilator sliders.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
So you crush them.
Crush them. You can see I put on a whole grain bun with some cheddar cheese, and of course just some crudité. Sneak in those veggies when you can. Ranch dressing or any other dip complements that really nicely.
Those are
15
great.
of those right before the game, you know?
She might not recommend
She wouldn't want
15, but a couple. That is
Renee,
really...
thank you very much.
Thank
You're very
you,
welcome.
Renee.
Enjoy the game.
Go beef! You will find the recipes that Renee featured today, along with hundreds more on the Beef Council's website, mnbeef.org.
Okay, still to come.